guys, Matt Demaya here, aka Demon Sane. Welcome to a new video. So in today's video, I have a special guest with me today. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Brittany Gates. I'm a family nurse practitioner.
And today, we're just going to tell about the benefits that she's going to be doing here today. So can you care to explain to the audience, what is it that you do, the med spa? What is that all about?
Yes, so the med spa, called TLH Med Spa, it is an aesthetic business that does injectables. So we do Botox and we do lip fillers, and then we do laser devices. So I have a hair removal device, I have a tattoo removal. It also treats toenail fungus, which is kind of weird. I know, yes, lots of things. It does laser collagen stimulation. So there's a laser that goes deeper into the skin and stimulates collagen. I also do IPL, which helps remove any like brown or red spots that you have on your skin. It can do rosacea, port wine stains, venous licks, a lot of different dermatological conditions. And then I also have another handpiece that does ablative skin resurfacing. So if you have like rough skin or pigmentation, it resurfaces off your skin to make it smooth.
Okay, gotcha. So what made you want to get into this type of business in the first place? What drives you to even find out about this, or like who inspired you to do this in the first place?
Sure. So I worked for an internal medicine physician down in St. Pete when I first became a nurse practitioner, and he purchased one of the lasers. So I would see regular patients, I would go into assisted living facilities, and then I would also do laser procedures in his office. A lot of physicians purchase lasers because it's cash pay. You don't have to go through insurance. So it's just another source of revenue for physicians to get some income. So I did that, and then the laser company actually approached me to train for them. So I still do that besides this. So every so often they'll call me and say, a physician bought a laser in California. Can you fly out there, train them for a day, and then I fly home. And I do that. So I get paid to go train physicians how to use their laser devices. So I was training, we moved around a lot, but I was still doing nurse practitioner because I'm a family nurse practitioner. And then we came back to Tallahassee. I still do telemedicine, so I still do a lot of things. But my husband and I had always talked about owning my own place. And so it just worked out, and so this is where I am.
You're just where you are.
Yep, so I do this, I do telemedicine, and I do laser training.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
And so how long did you first start out your own business?
So this opened kind of June 1st. We kind of opened in May, but I started seeing patients June 1st.
June 1st?
Yeah, so it's only been, what, 3 months?
3 months,
yeah.
And how have those 3 months been going for you?
Good. Well, over the summer, January and summer is slow in aesthetics. It's just normal. People usually go out in the sun, so they don't necessarily want stuff done to their face because usually you have to stay out of the sun.
Yeah.
So it's super common. It worked well because I have 3 boys, so it was a little bit slower in the summer, which was fine because it kind of worked with our summer schedule, but it's starting to pick up now. Yes, that's doing good.
Okay, very nice. So with the things that you do, does it just depends on like the age on whoever patients that you do, whether it's like from like 10 years old to like 99 years old?
Yes, so I only treat 18 and up. So now there is some things out there, obviously you'd have to be parental consent if you want to do anything younger, but I wouldn't do anything less than a kid that's hit puberty because we want to make sure that their body's functioning what it should do. But the only reason I would treat them is if maybe they wanted some help with some acne treatment or some maybe like hair removal. But usually 18 and up is what I treat. Okay,
gotcha. Because I want to just piggyback on what you just said a while ago, because I remember when I was kind of young, I think when in middle school, when I had you as my middle school teacher, I would always have trouble with like acne problems. So with the knowledge that you have now and the business that you have now, going back in time, was that something that you would have recommended for me by the time that I had you in middle school?
In middle school, probably not.
Okay.
I probably would do more high school. In middle school, a lot. It's just hormones are going through the body. Everything's changing. All the things. Usually the diet. Y'all are having fun outside and sweating. So a lot of it is more like hygiene, diet, and like learning how to wash your face right.
Okay.
So usually middle school, no. It would be more like 16, 17, 18. For sure 18 and up, but I would probably wait until like you were a little older in high school to treat.
Okay, gotcha. And what are the specific experience or the services that you provide in your business?
So like I said, I have all those different devices and all those different things that I can do. So basically it really depends on what the person comes in and what their concerns are. So some, we'll say for men, I do a lot of hair removal for men.
Okay.
Because just sometimes they have more hair than women, right? And some people want to be more confident when they take their shirts off. Nothing's wrong with having that hair, but some people want to get it removed. So pros, cons, right? Sometimes I can do a lot with like, sometimes they get ingrown hairs like on their neck.
Ingrown hairs.
Yes.
Okay.
So like if you do laser hair removal, what happens is the hair gets trapped under the skin and that's why it gets ingrown.
Okay.
So if we can remove the hair, like I can't cut like a nice fine line, but like I can get close enough and then you can kind of like clean it up a little bit.
Okay.
I've done back of the necks. I've done like older gentlemen that are like losing their hair. And so they don't want to like shave their head all the time.
Yes.
So I've done that. I've done like ear hairs and in between the eyes. So I mean, you can go from your head to your toe anywhere for ear hair. And even some men have gotten Botox as they age. Usually it's not younger men.
Yeah.
But they don't like the laugh lines around their eyes, or they feel like it's like, they don't like this angry look. So it just kind of depends on what people want. My goal is just to make them feel better in their skin and how God made them. So that's my goal. I'm not here to sell them on more things that they don't need, but I'm here to help them like do the best that they can with what God has given them.
Okay, good. Well, thank you for that answer. I appreciate that. Okay, so for me, for example, I don't know how my face is, but what do you recommend it for me for my face and my assessment or the recommendation for a service that you provide here?
Yes. So, I mean, depends on what you would want it to do.
Yes.
I mean, I have the laser that I have that's a Clearlift laser. It goes under the skin and there's no redness, no downtime. So you can get it done and nobody knows you've had it done, which some people, pros, cons, some people don't want people to know, and some people want people to know they had stuff done. But what I like is it stimulates your body's own natural collagen to reproduce, because as we age, our collagen starts to limit itself. It just slows, everything slows down, right? Gravity slows down, everything. So it stimulates your own body collagen. So then it just kind of helps with like pigmentation, surface, collagen stimulation, fine lines and wrinkles. It just kind of gives you like a nice, even, natural look, which is what I like. So we could do that on your face.
Okay.
We could also do a little bit of hair removal if you wanted. I don't know if you have any hair you want removed.
Maybe next time.
Yes. That one's a little more spicy, but yes. So we could try that.
Okay. And is the process painful?
Clearlift is not. So none of it is necessarily painful. It's everyone has a different tolerability level, right? Okay. Like even in pain. I have a high pain tolerance, my husband does not. So it just kind of depends. So the Clearlift, there's no pain. There's it just kind of feels like a soft, warm, kind of like a soft, because it's a circle tip and I can show you, and then it just kind of glides across your skin. So you just feel like a soft, like warm. The IPL, which is for the browns and reds, and the hair removal, it builds heat. Yes. It's in motion like this. But as you go, it starts to get warmer and warmer and warmer. So if you can't tolerate heat, then it might feel uncomfortable. Okay. But it's not painful, I guess you'd say. Obviously, I do injections with needles. So if you don't like needles, that's an option you probably don't want to do.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, another question for you. So is this a service that you would recommend people who are very, what's the word I'm looking for, athletic in their everyday fitness life, or someone that is not very athletic?
Both. You can do both. So just, like I said, it depends on what you want to do. So I know that some like bodybuilders that compete and stuff, they get hair removal because they want, their body to shine and all the things. So it's super common for them to get hair removal treatments. Yeah. A lot of people will get Botox in the face. Botox can also be used for other stuff. Like if you grind your teeth a lot, like at night, and you wake up with headaches, I can shoot Botox in your masseter muscle right here, and it relaxes that muscle so you stop grinding your teeth. Yes. So there's a lot of different modalities that you can use based off of the machines that you're doing to really get the results that you want. I mean, it's not going to help their athletic performance per se.
But it would just make them like look good on stage or look good on camera.
Yes. But I mean, you can also shoot Botox in your trapezius muscles here if you have like a tight neck or different stuff. I know a lot of them try to build that muscle up, so they probably don't want to shoot that in there. But there are different things that you can help with based off of like what they're trying to accomplish.
Okay. Gotcha. she's gonna show us the tools and tools for the provider that she does for her service over here. So I'm gonna pick up this camera over here and let you lead the way.
Okay. So it's gonna look a little clunky because I had some surgery on my knee, but let's go. So this is just kind of the waiting area. You can get some snacks or a drink if you're waiting, and we'll go into the procedure room.
All right. I see you have all this stuff laid out.
Yeah, so this is some of the stuff that we do. This is Botox, if you've never seen it. This is what the Botox bottle comes in. Botox is actually a brand. It's a neurotoxin, and there's a bunch of different brands out there. Daxify, I can't think of the other ones right now, but this is just a brand, but it's a neurotoxin. So what you do is typically, depending on where you want to inject it in your face, our face is full of muscles. So Botox is an opposite drug. So if this frontalis, for example, elevates, when I inject Botox, it will depress. So depending on what you're trying to treat, you would inject a certain amount of units with a very small syringe into the different muscles of your face to get the results that you're looking for.
Okay, interesting.
So that's Botox. The next thing that we have is Juvederm. This is for lip filler, for people that want to get their lips to look a little more plump, maybe a little more hydrated. You would inject them into the lips. And then obviously after each treatment, you need to have good post-care. So there's post-care for Botox and post-care for filler. It's important to take care of anything that you had done.
Oh wow, avoid strenuous exercise for 48 hours, huh?
Because sometimes there's bruising with that, and we just don't want to cause any more. And then there's also obviously punctures into the lips.
Yes.
So we don't want to create any bacteria or infection in it.
Okay.
Okay, so these are for our laser devices. So anytime that you get a laser procedure, you need goggles. A lot of times these are our patient goggles here. And then these are usually the operator goggles. So you need to make sure you obviously have good eyewear protection when you use them. This right here, these two tips are used to treat tattoo removal. So they go on a handpiece over on the machine. This black one treats blue, black, and green tattoos. And this one treats red, orange tattoos. These tips are used for the Clearlift, the procedure that we're gonna do on Matt. So based off of the depth of skin that you're trying to accomplish, goes into the depth, the different tips go deeper into the different levels of your skin. So if we're trying to get just collagen stimulation, you want the deepest layer, or if you're just trying to get pigmentation, you're gonna want the more superficial tip.
These are a lot of devices.
Yes, they are. You have to know what you're doing. And then these tips are used to do skin resurfacing. So this one, it actually rolls across the skin with these rollers, and it fires, and then it does pixelations, like little 5 rows dots onto the skin. And of course we use numbing because we want to make sure that our patients are comfortable when procedures are done.
Okay.
So let me show you your device.
Yes.
So this black device right here is called the Soprano device. This is for hair removal.
Soprano.
This is the handpiece. So this handpiece has 3 different wavelengths in it. It is a 755, an 810, and a 1064. So what that means is it's good for all skin types. Everybody can get hair removal. A lot of times there's laser devices that are limited based off the wavelength that comes out of it, based off the skin type. But this one is good for all skin types. And it has a sapphire cooling tip. So what happens is this whole area and this gets really cold. So as it's firing, it cools the skin at the same time to help with any redness or edema.
Okay.
So that is the hair removal machine. And then this next device is the Harmony. This is the one that does everything else. So based on what procedure you're going to use, it depends on what handpiece. So this handpiece is your IPL handpiece. So this treats any browns or reds or any skin conditions that you want treated. Like a port wine stain is like someone that has the giant purple, like sometimes they're on their eyes, sometimes they're on their necks. I can treat port wine stains here. I can treat reds and browns, so like freckles, sunspots, cherry angiomas, the little spider veins on your face. This can treat all of that.
Oh, wow.
Sun damage, anything like that. So once again, it's a cold, it's an IPL, so it's a broad spectrum wavelength. So it goes from 500 up to 1200, and then it targets the reds or browns in your skin. And with this, you have to use ultrasound gel.
Ultrasound gel.
As well as with the hair removal.
Okay.
So you put ultrasound gel on the skin, and then you treat the area that you're trying to take care of.
Okay.
And then this handpiece is the one that does the Clearlift and the tattoo removal. So this is a 1064Q switch laser. And then what happens is you just take this tip off, and then you, whatever you're trying to treat. Are you doing collagen? Are you doing tattoo? Are you doing toenail fungus? And you put the exact tip on. And this one doesn't need anything. The skin is clean and dry.
Okay, so quick question for you.
Sure.
So as you were explaining all these services, I was like, oh man, how long did it took for you to learn all of this knowledge? Did you go to school to learn this, or did you just learn it by yourself, or did someone really train you to learn all these products?
Yep, we had, as in the state of Florida, every state is different on what you can use or not use as a provider. So in the state of Florida, to use the laser device, you have to be a nurse practitioner, physician assistant, or a medical doctor. To do hair removal, you have to go to a laser licensed esthetician school, and you have to get certified. So every state's different based off of the medical board, so that's something that you have to look in. But what happens is a trainer came in for the day. We had an 8-hour training day of all the medical providers, and you learned it. Thankfully, a lot of the stuff we already knew from our background, our medical background of like derm conditions, skin conditions, is just basically learning how the device works and what are endpoints. So what are we looking while we're doing the procedure and what it should look like at the end of the procedure. So, and then after that, it's just practice and trial. So, yeah, so it's a quick 8-hour training, and then you just go for it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
And now I'm a clinical trainer, so I go in and teach all the people these things. And I get lots of text messages and pictures and all the things asking me, is this right? Does this work? So yeah, so I've been doing it for the past 6 years, doing the laser, so I know a little bit more than normal.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Mrs. Leach.
No problem. And then this would be the procedure chair. So basically, obviously, depending on what procedure, they're either sitting up or laying down, or if you're doing hair removal on their back, they're on their stomach. And then obviously the chair goes up and down. And then all the supplies that you would need for our procedure.
Okay.
And then a messy desk, which is over there in the corner, which Matt can show you if you want. Yes, all the things.
She's just a hard worker, guys, that's all. Busy desk, it means a busy desk.
Yeah, so, and then obviously with anything with skincare or even health related, right, you want to make sure that you're taking care of your body. Not just, this is kind of more an outward thing, but the more hydrated and water you have, the better your procedures are going to be. 1, because of healing time, and 2, because the more hydrated the skin, it's not as dry. So this is just a part of health, right? Like you need to make sure that your body's taken care of, you're eating healthy. Like I have skincare products here, like a face wash, sunscreen, lotion, and those are great. But even when we tell them, they're like, well, how long does the procedure last? Or how long, if I got this done, how long will that last? It's lifestyle, right? So do they smoke? Do they drink water? Are they out in the sun? Do they wear sunscreen? That all plays a factor into how long a procedure works for.
Okay. And with you just saying, I just have another question.
Sure.
So with this services that you provide, when you're talking about like a healthy lifestyle, if someone would want to come in here and they don't have a healthy lifestyle, like for example, they would drink a lot of sodas, they would have like a sugars with ice creams and a bunch of alcohol and junk foods like that.
Yeah.
That's something that you don't try to recommend them to do first until they try to adapt to the healthy lifestyle, or vice versa?
They could. So it's a wide range. So we always do a consultation before they come in, and I get their medical history and medications, what they take. For example, diabetics. If it's a controlled diabetic, typically diabetics could have a possibility of not healing well or quickly compared to somebody else, right? Their healing time is usually a little bit less than somebody else, especially if they're not controlled, meaning their sugars are high all the time. So if I'm going to do something that's ablative, meaning that it kind of takes off the top layer of their skin and I need their body to heal, I probably would not perform the procedure on someone that's an uncontrolled diabetic.
Okay.
For example, tattoo removal, what happens is the dye gets shattered underneath the skin and then your body filters it out. So your kidneys are working to filter out that tattoo dye.
Mm-hmm.
If you have chronic kidney disease and it's in stage 3 or 4, I would not be performing a tattoo removal on them because it would put too much strain on their body and they would have a hard time filtering out that excess dye that I just shattered under the skin.
Okay.
So that's why it's really important to make sure that you have a really good consultation and assessment before you do any kind of a procedure.
Okay, gotcha. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay, so speaking of consultation, what would you say my consultation is?
Well, we would have to go through your medical history, and I don't know if you want to have that on camera. So
okay.
we will do that off camera.
Okay, gotcha. Sounds good. All right, then, guys. We will see you guys in just a bit.
So this is the Clearlift. It stimulates collagen, and this is what we're going to do on Matt. What it has is it has a different tip right here. There's different color tips, and based on the color of tip, it goes deeper or more superficial into the skin. So with Matt, we're going to do a little bit of collagen stimulation, but more treat his overall face, his tone, and his texture. And what you do is you just fire it based off of a grid. Usually it's like a 2x2 grid, so maybe an inch by inch. And then based off of the grid size, your total energy here builds up. And when you reach a certain amount of total energy, you move on to the next grid.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, I'm starting.
So we're doing the Clearlift procedure on Matt. It's gonna just even out skin tone. He doesn't really have any wrinkles, but we're just gonna let him see how this feels right now. So here we go. So what's it feel like?
It feels like it's like a jello hitting my skin.
Is it painful?
No, not painful. What is that blinking light?
So that's the laser firing. So,
oh, okay.
In your camera, it might show like every other one. Sometimes it does that but it's just a nice slow fire. You just go across the skin. And then how I know it's done in an area, it's based off of a grid. So this would be my grid right here. It's like kind of like a 2x2 grid. And then on my screen, on my device over here, right here, it counts up. So I'm looking for a total amount of energy in that certain grid. And then when I've hit that total energy that I need, then I move on to a different grid. So this procedure takes, if you're doing a full face, it can take 20 to 30 minutes. We call it the lunchtime. There's no redness, no downtime. But this is the procedure. Just people fall asleep. Sometimes we put some music on.
Oh wow, okay.
Just a little relaxing. But this is slow, so this stimulates your collagen, and it can stimulate your collagen for up to 6 months. So it's really important to take befores and afters of each patient because we look at it ourselves in the mirror every day, so it's not a dramatic change, it's a slow, gradual change, a natural change.
Okay.
So you're not gonna see really much difference. Typically you need 3 or 4 sessions of these, and they're spaced out about a month apart. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great, thanks. Now, this is an interesting experience. This is my first time ever doing something like this, so really cool.
Is it? You had no idea what you were going to get into, did you?
No, I did not. And what is it that's something that you should not do after doing this?
The aftercare is really simple for this one. We just recommend, obviously, that you put sunscreen on.
Okay.
Really, everyone should be wearing sunscreen every day. A lot of time it's in the lotions now, and for women and makeup, it's in there, so that really works. But it just helps to protect your skin and help with any pigmentation. Sun really makes you age. Obviously, we still need it because it has the vitamins in it that we need for our body, but we don't need the harmful rays. So really, after this though, you can do anything. You could go to the gym, you could sweat, you could work out. You don't have to not do anything. Just for skin protection, we would recommend sunscreen.
Okay. Oh wow, that looks really cool. I would not be able to see this if I didn't have this camera. It's really cool to see. Wow, that's nice.
And this is good for all skin types, so anybody can get this done.
There you have it, guys.
Okay, you can break.
All right, thank you. Hello, guys. So, Mrs. Lace, thank you so much for that amazing experience. I really appreciate that. That was such like a experience I never ever thought about doing before, especially if you guys see in the video with those lights, and it really felt like jelly, like really very nicely in your head. At least for me, it was not so painful, but would this kind of experience be something that all first timers will receive for the very first time, or was just going to be like different people as well?
Different people, like I said, it just kind of depends on what they're trying to accomplish on their face.
Okay.
Usually this procedure, you kind of see it more in like late 30s, mid 30s, and then on up, because they're trying to prevent their collagen from decreasing on their face. So you're still young, Matt, so probably not your age bracket, but yeah, so it just depends on what they want to do. Okay,
gotcha. And what would you say is the recommendation for me going forward?
You have pretty good skin, so it wouldn't be anything that basically sunscreen.
Okay.
So you would need sunscreen, and then just make sure your face is hydrated. So a good face wash, some sunscreen, and then you're probably good for a while, Matt.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. So, Mrs. Lace, is there anything else you want to say to the viewers about your business, about your social handles? You want to let them know where they can follow you on for more information?
Sure, that'd be great. Well, first of all, thank you, Matt, for coming and talking to me and learning all my things.
Of course.
It was great seeing you again.
Yes.
My website is tlhmedspa.com, and I'm on Instagram, and it's tlh_medspa. I think. Yes. I think that's it. Look for me.
That's it? All right. Cool deal.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Mrs. Lace. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe in the video, and make sure that you really tune in for any exciting content I will have, because it will be lit. Alrighty then, well, thank you, Mrs. Livingston. Well, not Mrs. Livingston, but I used to have her in middle school, guys. So
yes, long time ago before I was married, so we know each other a long time.
Yeah, so thank you, Mrs. Lace. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for the support, and we will see you all in the next video. Peace!